Perfect. And then, I guess I can live stream this if people want. Screen.
Gandalf.
Here is the link. I'm struggling to find the link that we were sent last time.
That's weird. Let me reset it to you.
Yeah.
It should be
there, so
I sent it directly to you, is why.
yeah. As you sent it, I found the last one. All right.
Yeah.
Why is this? What is happening here? Okay. So there we go. Do that.
Minute.
Okay. That's set up. That's going live. Let me get all the crud.
Crud and cruft.
That morning crap. Okay. Start recording. Test.
That's a test.
Hello.
Okay, that looks good.
Okay.
I'll just start screaming.
Welcome back to episode 15 of the Ashfont campaign. We are once again following Blue Team. Does anybody remember what happened last time? Do we have a quick recap?
Library.
I found a bunch of magic stuff. I didn't tell anybody about it. I found a book with a fireball. I think that's what I have it labeled as. And we're at the front counter, and I think we were about to head to the bad part of the library. I think that's what was about to happen.
That sounds about right. Yeah, I did a lot of secretive recon last time. Should have collected quite a few items. Anyone else have anything to add to that?
I mean, if we were just gonna recap what we were doing, we did a lot of research. Research things like monks, temples, different cults.
Somebody fought a bunch of books.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Lots of books were fought. King did not forget about it. Learned a fair bit about Zura, Ugathoa. The Raven Queen does exist over here, and is recognized.
Blood magic.
Let's see. You've been collecting books that have different spell potentials to them. Yeah. Learned a few little things here. I don't know what I did with.
And apparently goblins were peeing all over a section of the library, and it's part of their culture. Apparently it's extremely difficult to understand. At least that's what we were told.
That section was difficult to understand, or the goblins were difficult to understand?
That's what Kermite said. My culture is extremely difficult for you to understand.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Let's see. You have made your way back to Kermite. You have collected a few of these different books. You are now in the atrium of this large library. You fought off some banshees. You've found some strangely connected things in different parts of the library itself. You've made your way through some research sections, as well as some sections that have been talking more about history, as well as royalty, combat, use of magic. And you've made your way back here. And yeah, what would you like to do?
Ask for a library card.
What? Okay. And Kermite just stops what he's doing and closes his book and he grabs this huge tome again and pulls it out and opens it up. And he's like, "Just sign here, please."
I'll sign in Abyssal Runes my name.
Okay. Yeah.
What does my name mean even? I don't know.
Scruffy.
What does your name mean? What does the glyph look like?
What could Gerna mean? Guts? No, that's a horrible name.
One who eats. I don't know. First thing that came to mind.
A gut ripper?
Meanwhile, Forces is playing in the background.
Perfect. Kermite closes the book. He says, "All right, yes, wonderful." And he pulls out another little stamp and writes your name on it and hands it over to you, much like the others.
I'll gently take it.
Yeah. You have a clear understanding of most of the things written in this library.
Hell yeah.
Like just as you kind of take the card, you start looking around and you're like, yeah, all right. You see some of the titles on some of the books, and they're just
Kermite,
more easily read.
You were going to talk to us about your extremely difficult to comprehend culture?
Someone like yourselves would not understand the intricacies of goblin culture. You see him kind of like with his foot kicking one of the books underneath the desk. It's very, very sophisticated.
Do go on. I'm very interested.
I'm sure you are. And he will start talking to you about the literacy of goblins and how, while many of them are able to read, most of them choose not to, and instead depict all of their historical functionality through art and through the painted medium, as well as scents and fragrances that can elevate the mood of any form of literature.
But why?
He goes on like that for about 10 minutes, unless you stop it.
Oh, no. It's always good to know.
You guys are now reaching the end with that of your bonus hit points. So if any of you have temporary hit points right now, they are about to fade. And you all begin to feel quite hungry. And by hungry, I mean drained. Like you feel like you have not eaten in days and days all of a sudden. Just like you slowly start fading.
Didn't we eat when we were back over here?
Oh, did you eat right before we went into this room?
Yeah, we were
Okay, I'm sorry.
right before the book fight. I think we ate like somewhere in between the book fight and the chest. We ate.
Yes, that was a while ago. Then you guys did a whole bunch of research.
We ate multiple times.
Did you eat multiple times?
And then I feel like we ate at least once or twice.
Fine.
I'm not sure when, but
Okay.
I know that we did eat.
That does sound familiar. I will check back on the tape, and if that is the case, I'll make a note of that. But for now, we'll assume that you guys did eat, so that's fine.
That's right. Okay. I will look very hungry at Kermite and go, "Where's the refreshments?"
He looks around. He's like, "This is a library."
Yes, it is. But every library has refreshments.
The refreshments that are gifted to me are for my personal use. And he looks very, very stern at you.
And how do you request them?
They're not requested, they are gifted to me.
Yeah, but you have to ask for that cookie. You have to ask for that tea.
You are a trainee. You are fodder. You are given your own supplies, and I will not be.
And I rest my hand with the signet ring on the desk.
He stares. Roll me a persuasion check. He stares longingly. Not longingly. He stares upset, I would say, at this ring.
Persuasion. Persuasion. There we go. Yeah, it's a 7.
7. He once again closes the book that he had reopened. Every time he steps down, he picks up another book and begins reading. He closes it, pulls it close to himself. He says, "A person of your station should understand how the hierarchy works around here. My supplies, my equipment that I am to utilize for myself is for myself." And he puts the book down and he like kind of takes a step back and begins kind of cleaning up. And he says, "Someone should have trained you better. And we will see if you're able to finish this task. If this is the level of knowledge that they are training you now with, training with."
Very
He stumbles over his
interesting.
words.
Very interesting that you make certain assumptions. I didn't ask for any of your food. I merely asked, how do you request food?
I do not. I do not request food. Food is given. My salary is brought to me on a fairly recent, regular basis. And this is the way of things. I don't understand why this is so complicated to you. There we go.
It's not complicated at all.
Shuffling things along the wall. He kind of like looks. I guess. Okay. What are you trying to infer from him? So you're not asking
Nothing.
him for.
Well, I was just like, okay, well, where does the food show up from then? Does it just like materialize?
Yeah. So he seems to be taking it more as you asking him. Maybe someone in the past has kind of tried to get his supplies from him. So he seems very defensive about this.
Sure, which is fine. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do anything like that. So.
Okay. Yeah. He'll stay defensive about it. I mean, and he'll stop and he'll look and he's like, "There's only 2 doors. Where do you think they come from?" And he just kind of stares at you.
I'll just
Slightly
shrug.
upset. I accidentally dropped the Dungeons and Dragons books behind the counter stealthily.
Nice. Thump.
Do I have to roll for that?
Is that the dragon smut?
Yes, that is the name of the dragon book, the dragon smut book that you told me I found.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand.
Okay.
See if.
All right. Yeah, I'm not counting that. That was a 20, but that was like not even a bounce. Okay.
Oh, that's all right. It doesn't matter.
16 plus what are my bonuses?
Oh my good gracious!
I have the wrong character pulled up.
I don't even have D&D Beyond open. That would probably help.
Maybe. Yep, let's review that sheet and sleight of hand is 2, so that's an 18.
18? Yeah. You very stealthily just slide the book underneath another book on a pile, and take a step back, and no one seems to be the wiser.
Okay. Yep, that's all I wanted to do.
Okay.
Yep.
That's totally fine.
I mean, whilst they have been having this weird conversation, I've been investigating this door over here.
Okay. As you walk over to, whoops. This is a large stone door. So this door itself is a little bit different than all the other doors you've seen. It depicts shadowy figures, kind of like wreathed around a very large central figure that looks bound and stationary. The door itself doesn't have a lock on it, as you would appear. Like most of these doors just seem to be able to be opened.
What were the runes on the walls again?
Dark arts.
No,
over here.
Yes.
Sure. You would be able to read that this kind of section is dedicated towards darker magics.
Nice,
like
commented
forbidden.
in all stuff.
Yeah. The different over here, the different things were something to the effect of void or emptiness, Then the second rune was of flight or air. Something to a beacon, which is the third one, some kind of beacon, and then the fourth one was the homecoming or path.
They're not active or anything, right?
No, all four of these were not active.
Can I try to push up the door?
Yep, the door opens. As you touch it, you do feel a small presence of release. So this door feels like maybe it had some resistance, and then as you push, it just releases that resistance and opens freely. So
What's the air smell like?
dust,
Just dust.
age, just old, not musky, like not wet, just old, dusty, kind of like a really, really old book.
Any dust on the floor or signs of someone walking through here anytime soon?
Nope, not particularly.
I
the
take
room
a step
itself-
and make a swipe with
Question.
my foot to see if there's any dust that would leave footprints, actually.
Sure. No, this room seems pretty well kept. You see maybe a few cobwebs up in the corner, but not like this room looks like it might be cleaned regularly, or at least from time to time.
Is the
Alright, so
floor
it's-
different in here? Like through
Yeah.
the...
So
Okay.
all of this has been wood
Mhm.
laid, and then as soon as you cross into here, it is stone. It is cold stone. There is not a lot in this room. As you do enter the room, let me make sure I read this right. This large stone room only has 3 books in it. There are 3 stone plinths placed here, and each one holding a single book. Beyond, there is a very large, what would appear to be catacomb, like coffin or tomb that stands open.
Sarcophagus?
Sarcophagus, thank you, that is the word. And inside it, there is a very large, unmoving figure with chains strapped from its shoulders down to the sarcophagus.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna come up to this book here.
Okay.
Can I read-
As you walk around and approach the book, the large figure slowly creaks and begins to slightly move. Its blind eyes slowly tilting towards you. Its live figure and pointed ears just
Moving back
creaking
where I was.
and looking, right at your direction, and it says, "What do you see?"
You do hear Gerna say, "Don't touch anything."
Knowledge?
Many have come before you. Many seek knowledge. Are you worthy?
What do I see? Let's see. What do I see in the books?
Sure. So you just look out across the books.
Yeah.
There's the newest looking book. Let's start with that. There's one book that looks like it is unaged. And you can read the cover, and it says "Understanding Sacrifice." That'd be this book right here. There's another one over here that seems quite a bit older, and it is bound in a black leather, very thick black leather, and on the spine it's written "Necromancy 101." And then over here there is another book that is made out of some kind of leather that you are, at first glance, doesn't look like a normal leather you would use, and it says "Your phylactery and you."
Is it human skin?
Roll me a nature check.
Well, I mean, we know use human skin all the time, so you know.
It's going to be an easy roll. If that's the case.
And you rolled some
If
luck.
that's the case. Oh,
18. It's humanoid skin, definitely. It's a little darker than you would have anticipated,
drow.
so maybe it might be drow skin. Yeah.
What do
Nice.
we see? So, does it ask this from? Well, actually, I'll take a step closer to see if it asks this from me.
its head does, like, in a very slow, unnatural way, creak towards you now that you've stepped closer. Yep, sorry, I don't mean to move you there.
I'll take another step closer.
What do you seek?
What do I seek?
Yes. Did you just repeat that to it?
What do I seek?
What do you seek?
I Gerna evidently take a pause in thinking this because I don't actually know what I'm looking for. I'll turn back to look at Aya. What are they doing?
What is Aya doing?
He's thinking the question over. I got an answer.
After a while, I'll say utility.
Utility, that's a good one. You seek the ability to navigate and find more usefulness through your existence.
Yes.
Very well, then go. And he reaches his hand out, and his arm just extends and extends and extends. A deal has been made. And he taps the very tip of your nose.
I was about to shake his hand.
He's reaching out to shake his hand. He doesn't. He ignores your outstretched finger. It just kind of boops you on the nose. And he says, "Then go. Feed my children. Let them deep drink with your deeds. Let them drink deep with your deeds." Yes, that's correct. Okay. And with that touch and the words that he says to you, you have a very you have a strange comprehension of the darkness spell.
Oh.
You just like you feel all of a sudden that you are now charged with this, like, I could summon the darkness, yes. And then you're like, what does that even mean? Like, what is it? What is that? What's going on with that?
I attack the darkness.
That's for their rune right there. I think.
And with that touch, you see him, like, he pulls his hand back, and then he just kind of he seems bound. He seems bound to the sarcophagus. You don't think he could move at all. And as he does that, he kind of like goes back to the sedentary state that he was at when you entered the room. Excuse me, when you entered the room.
Is he a notable religious figure that I came over in the books?
Ooh, roll me a knowledge religion.
Religion.
Let's see if I got this real quick.
11.
11. Not specifically. So this very much does seem like some sort of because of what you read about Zura, this seems very much like this could be a vampiric demon of some kind, or at least some kind of primordial figure in like the Damphir line. This just screams giant vampire demon to you.
Oh, it is a fiend. Okay.
It is a fiend, yeah, and he's bound. Like his eyes are, like I said, I should have said that better. His eyes are bandaged and wrapped. His ears huge, pointing out and kind of perking. Mostly naked, just chained and stuck in place. And if he hadn't said anything, you probably would have thought that it was almost like a statue or a gargoyle, just set in place.
Gray skin.
Gray skin.
Any hair?
Just nope. Just this large, small hairs around the ears and the head, giving you kind of a bat-like figure. But for the most of the body, it's just
how skeletal or fit are they?
Very thin, very very thin.
Starved. Okay. As I take a few steps back, I look towards Aya and kind of like nod my head towards the middle point I was standing at.
I move myself. I don't know how to center myself, so I'm in the center.
Okay, you want to move?
Yep.
You want to move up? Okay.
Yep, just like right there. Yep. And to answer his question, I'm going to say home.
Home. Sorry, I'm trying to. That's a really good one. I really like that. Give me a second to think about how I want to respond to that.
Okay.
You seek a new home, and you see him kind of perk up again, and this time like reaching out, more tentative than before. For all my children are home with me.
I seek a better home. Maybe not a new, but better.
And a pact is made, and he reaches out, and same thing, just like very the tip of between your forehead and your nose, just a touch, the arms reaching out, touching. Then go, my child, and let my children drink deep with your deeds. And you also you feel that strange presence of darkness just kind of like coalesce around you. And you also have the spell there.
Do I realize that the kobold and our companion hasn't entered the room?
No.
Yeah.
Snick has very much just like not, like he's not near the door, period. He's just like,
So I now know the darkness spell, correct?
No. You feel, you have the understanding of the spell darkness. So,
Okay.
yeah.
We comprehend true darkness.
Yeah,
We stared
kind
at
of.
the void, and the void stared back.
You feel like you could probably cast the spell darkness right now. Like you have like this, how do I say this?
Single charge.
You basically have a single charge of it, and it's just kind of for a brief moment you have this perfect recollection of like, I understand how this spell works. That's amazing, and you feel like you could cast it. Much like when you read the books, you're holding the books, you see these ancient runes, and you're like, I could with effort cast this spell right now. And so it's not something that you fundamentally understand, but you have the ability.
Okay.
So it's like you have it on the very tip of your tongue, like right on the edge of your mind. You're like, oh, you
I
can reach
know
for
of it, but I do not know it.
You can't write it down in your spell book mechanically, but you can cast it right now if you want.
Okay.
You have one charge of darkness.
Okay.
Yeah. So the books are still there if you want to look at the books. Otherwise, he's told you to.
And what were the names of the books again? It was Necromancy 101.
Understanding Sacrifice and Your Phylactery and You.
And the oldest one of them is the Necromancy.
Yes. No, I'm sorry. Necromancy 101 was just a black book. It looks old, but Your Phylactery and You is the oldest of the books.
And that one is here, correct?
That one's right here, I believe.
Okay. How thick is it? You know,
It's big. It's
like
thick.
thicker than a fist?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
this book, Gerna could probably pick up, but this is a large book. This book is.
So is this book bigger than Snick?
Snick would have a hard time picking this book up specifically. Like this looks like all the encyclopedias in one book.
So I see the book about this was about Lichton, or no, phylactery.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I already kind of like know of necromancy and sacrifice. Sacrifice, common knowns to gnolls, necromancy. Well, you gotta use the bones somehow. But this book is what catches my attention, so
Sure.
I won't take it off the platform. I'll just open it on it.
Okay, sure. As you walk up and you kind of grab the book and you go to open it, you realize that it is actually chained to the plinth. There's a fairly large black iron ring stuck through the binding that is. It has a little bit of slack, so you can kind of move the book around, but it doesn't look like this book is able to be taken off the pedestal itself. Looking over it, you see that the other books as well are firmly set in place with these small chains. So. Yeah.
So essentially, these books just cannot leave.
At least not leave the room. Yeah, they are very much meant to stay here, much like the figure chained to the sarcophagus. These books are chained to their plinths.
So this is like the iPhone test booth at Target.
Yeah,
kind
exactly.
of thing. Okay.
Pretty much.
All right.
They don't want anybody walking off with these. You want to spend some time reading through the phylactery book, Gerna?
Yes.
Okay. Sure. So you spend what, an hour? What's everybody else doing in that hour?
I'm going to be reading the Necronomicon.
Okay, sure. The Necromancy 101?
Mhm.
Okay, I like that. Complex, what are you doing as you hear these ominous words echoing through the room?
I'm actually wondering why this tile next to me is a different. It's different than all the other ones, because I've noticed that in the religious section and in the combat section, there are a very small amount of tiles that are different. And this interests me.
You done punked yourself. Because you and Bry suggested that I make variation tiles. And so I did.
I kind of look at this and it looks like the same pattern because they're both like exactly the same amount away from each other.
That is correct.
I'm trying to see what you're talking about.
Which
Yeah,
is
what do you?
fine.
The attempted token movement collides with one wall. Oh, okay. So I guess that.
Oh, you guys can't actually see it. That's funny.
Yeah, I can't actually see it, but I want to. Oh, I see what you. Oh.
It's a variation tile. That's all it is.
No, I would think the same thing. I didn't notice that
Yeah,
before.
that's fair. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Hey, we
fine.
just prototyped something. That's awesome.
Which is
Okay.
fine.
We've
I
discovered
just looked at it and I'm like,
Wait a minute.
No, I would have done the same thing.
For the first hour, you've been just touching up this dusty wooden floor.
You check the tile itself. It looks as though someone may have spilt something here at one point in time, and it wasn't cleaned up quickly
It's
enough.
mahogany.
Stained the wood.
Snick, is this goblin pee?
Nick runs over and starts licking the floor. No.
I see.
And he just crawls under the table and starts sniffing around again.
I'll keep reading the phylactery book, I guess.
Okay.
Do
Should
we
we just let
hear
the-
him lick the floor?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
I doubt I would notice.
19 plus 1, 20.
Oh, fuck it, I'll roll. Just in case, why not?
Sure.
Doubt. Yeah, natural one. No way, no, I'm gonna notice that.
Neither of you hear him lick the floor, but you do hear that there's a conversation going outside, Aya. You hear
Okay.
it, like, Snick and
Okay.
Complex talking. Okay. So.
Alrighty.
The hour passes. We'll say. Let me write a note here. And then we're gonna play with that a little later. So this is gonna be Gerna. Gerna. Okay. Yes. Okay. Great. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. I will get to that a little later. So you both read that. You kind of pull some tidbits of information about one, the use of necromancy as a form of not only. You specifically read that this is the use of necromancy through using what was once alive and bringing it back to form, commanding the human body versus healing or destroying it. It's very much just like, how can that components be utilized?
Specifically humans?
No, just humanoid. Like just
okay.
Without soul is what I'm getting at. Whereas Gerna, what you're reading is a lot more of like how the soul is separated from those components. So Gerna, you're kind of learning about what it would take to build a phylactery and how much sacrifice and energy is required to do that. And this book is thick and dense, but you're kind of on the way, I would say. Like, you feel like you have the base understanding of kind of what a phylactery is, why they would use it, and how they utilize it. And you also know that it's usually only reserved for very powerful magic users, people who are willing to sacrifice their mortal body to obtain this extra power.
I'm also assuming this has something to do why we know sacrifice and kill so many things for our god.
Yeah.
Or hungering Inagu.
Yeah, the hunger makes the most sense to you. While you're reading this book, that would be the thing that you keep hitting on. It's just like, you understand the hunger, the energy consumption that is required to do this, the amount of just like pure raw energy that you would need to create this phylactery. Nick, show me where the goblin smoke. Snick's gonna run over here. He's up here. He's just sniffing around the books now.
It's just a box of jarates.
Yeah. All right. So you two are still reading those books for a little longer. Complex, is there anything else you want to do while they're researching this stuff?
I'm looking for patterns in whatever is discernible from the goblin quote-unquote culture in this location.
Sure. So what you're seeing with that, let me go back to the goblin section. There are only 2 shelves here, and they are the bottom shelves. So obviously books on a higher level, like above maybe 3 or 4 feet, there's just no books there. So that's one thing. As I said before, it's a collection of stone drawings, crudely drawn images. What could possibly be feces, I said before, like as you look at it, it might not be. A lot of these drawings are crude, but you can read them. Like, even you're thinking without the library card, each of these pictures is drawn in a way that anyone would be able to understand them. So the goblin culture is very much like a Pictionary game, right? It's just like they get all of their information through the simplest of pictures, the most important thing. And sometimes you see like a comic strip of this to this to this. You see a small goblin looking at a stone. 2 goblins show up. Then you see those goblins dead, and 1 goblin who's now super beefy holding the stone. Right? It's right. Telling a story. This is how their history is recorded through a lot of pictures and like very little words. The few things that are written are not written by goblins; they're written about goblins, and those seem to be more academic than than story or narrative driven.
Sure. Do I know approximately what the history is behind this? Like, what the stories are trying to tell?
Most of the stories, not a specific one. Like there's no names written, but each of them seems to be about a hero, a goblin hero of some kind. Sometimes they're overcoming things like a demon horse. Sometimes they are killing a king. Sometimes they just find large barrels of pickles, and that seems to be like their claim to fame. So each of these is about this. This could be almost like a history section for goblins, goblin lore. But there are, like I said, no names.
Is the
It all seems
central,
to be.
yeah, is the central figure the same in all the
No.
stories?
No, they all seem to be different. Yeah, they all seem to have little variations.
Okay.
There's also a section of where there's a large book spot, like you see the little stand to hold a book, and it's just missing. It's just gone.
Okay.
So goblins seem to be focused around like mythic heroes and telling stories of these grand adventurers. But
So the goblins need a hero.
mm-hmm.
It's got to be hard. Got to be fast.
I can't finish that song. I know it. I know what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I can't finish that song. Got to be fresh from the fight. All right. Anything else?
Yeah, actually, I would probably start heading back over here, and heading towards the front desk again because I have a question or two for Kermite, but
Okay.
these two probably have stuff to do.
Yeah, I feel like at that point you guys have all kind of spent an hour just kind of poking around.
Yep. Yeah. After my hour's kind of up, after I finish that chapter, that section, just go ahead and close up the book. Walk out.
Okay. Karina?
Yeah, I feel like I've gained enough information to remember. Oh yes, we need to solve the mystery of the runes.
Yep. And I'm going to kind of, in my head, I'm going to start, like, not chanting, but almost like reciting, like, what the runes were, and then I'm going to forget, and I'm going to go ahead and head back over.
Okay. As you leave the room, I will just point out, like, the figure has been motionless and, like, eerily motionless. So much so that you would not think that it was alive.
Like, it was watching me motionless or statue motionless?
Statue motionless. What? How does something watch you motionlessly?
Have you ever seen a painting, like, follow you?
Oh, okay. No, not
Like, is it
not,
like that, or is it
no.
like, is like the head physically moving, or is it like frozen solid?
The latter.
Like,
It very
okay.
much feels like this thing is completely deathly motionless and just like
Okay.
even as you leave the room, it has no response to you. At this point, you just kind of walk out. The door closes and the light creaks and just weird. Weird. Snick will run back into the room over here.
I'm going to grab a piece of paper and my quill and start drawing out the symbols of the different heroes. Specifically, the one about the pickle jar, and
Pickle jar? Sure.
and put that piece of paper in front of Kermite and ask about these characters and who do they represent?
Sure.
Performance.
Roll me a performance check.
Just a normal check. Go. 3.
3.
That's right. It's not super complex. I mean, it's Goblin. Come on.
It is. I was just actually seeing if you would botch it up.
Oh, they're definitely going to be super crude.
So Kermite, like, once again, he's reading and like shuffling things around and peeks over the top through his little spectacles and he goes, I see you found the book about War Chief Rip Nugget. He was quite a fanciful man. He stood at least 3.5 feet tall. And he, like, you see this, like, he's talking about this with an air of pride. An air of pride. He rode a giant lizard, and he had quite a store of many pickle barrels that were crudely taken from him by evil adventurers.
Who are these evil adventurers?
Oh, you know, I don't actually know. I just know that there was a human and possibly an elf. And hold on a second, and he starts like digging around through his notes, and just like he picks up the Dungeons and Dragons book, and he's just like, puts that up there. And he begins looking. He's like, I don't have specifics. Oh, here it is, and he pulls out this little tiny notebook, which just has like goblin lore written on the front. An expedition of goblin information by Kermite the Wise. And he opens it up and flips through it, and he's like, well, it seems like, there's nothing listed here that I've found about the actual heroes, just that the heroes were very mean and cruel to him, as he was famed for slaying many harpies and collecting pickle barrels that he would bring back to his own warren, and they feasted merrily on them until the tragic day that these adventurers came and wiped out his whole clan.
Interesting. And what about this one? And I'll point to one of the other heroes that was depicted in the stories.
Whilst this is going on, I'm gonna try to figure out the runes.
Yes, so am I. Yeah, what were the runes again?
Void, Flight, Beacon, Homecoming. In that order, left to right.
Can I try somehow imbuing the darkness I know into the void?
Sure. How would you like to do that? You are going to have to expend something.
I'll cast darkness on it.
Okay, cool.
Will that work?
You do expend one of your warlock spell slots, and you cast darkness into the stone. The magic coalescing down your arm. And as you touch the stone, the room for a brief moment kind of floods with darkness, and then all of that darkness just sucks into the rune. The rune goes pitch black and lights up. And you see Kermite, hold on a second. You see Kermite pointing down at the paper, and he says, this is Hagresh. He's quite he's one of the famed 4 goblin hero gods. He ascended after becoming the champion of all of the abyssal and he looks over and he sees, he's like, it's starting. This is quite exciting. Let's go. And he starts like tapping you on the shoulder. If you want to like look over his notes real quick, he's got a little. I'll send you a link to Hagresh, the goblin ascendant, if you want.
Yeah.
Or if you want to look at Joonas. I assume you're actually interested in this, so you can see if you have that. But yes, the darkness kind of like coalesces through the room, and you see all the lights dim for a second. And Joonas, you do cast this spell into the wall, and I'm going to give you a level of warlock. Moving on.
Let's see, where the crap? And there it is. Okay.
You see Kermite kind of run over here. And he says, "Ooh, see, I knew you had some magical potential. Very wonderful. I'm glad you didn't die here like all the others."
All right. Let's see. I have the light spell, don't I?
Snake's just like,
Yes, I do. Okay. I'm going to use the light cantrip on. I think what were they again? Crap. Why am I forgetting them?
Void, which is now glowing. Well, it's black.
Yep.
Flight. That one says flight, or something to that effect. That is a beacon, and the next one says some kind of homecoming or homeward.
Right.
Magic missile.
This is beacon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. On the beacon one, I'd like to use the light cantrip.
Okay, you cast light and nothing. It glows, but the rune does not activate.
Okay.
The
Could
magic,
I
as you
make-
touch it, like it starts to glow as if you had enchanted the stone, and then the stone seems to absorb it and it fades.
All right.
Here's a wet question. Could I discern that if homecoming means magic missiles since they're homing?
Roll me a knowledge. Arcana, I guess. I think that's a fair Arcana question.
5.
You are not able to discern that.
Fuck.
You could give it a shot.
You could always try.
I don't think I wanna
Literally.
destroy it. What other stuff did we have?
Okay. I'm gonna try this. I don't know how it works, but I'm gonna give it a go. I have a book, and in one of the pages you said that it was essentially the spell Dancing Lights. I want to press the book, that page, up against it.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check. Inferno, you will get this regardless.
Shit. 6.
So you pick up the book, and you're like, okay, I got this. And you turn it around and you press it into the stone, and you hear a small ow from behind you. In Inferno, you see Kermite like, yes, getting very, very excited. And then as soon as Aya pushes the book into the stone, he's just like, seems very
Nice.
disappointed.
I'll walk over to Aya. Can I try something?
All right, I'm gonna kind of step back and kind of like go for it.
I'll take the book.
All right.
Okay.
Does it feel like a spell focus with the page?
Yes. Yeah, I'll give you that since you're like,
Could I
holding
somehow
looking at it, like with just you kind of cursory glance at it for a little less than a minute, you feel like you could expend something and cast this spell.
What level spell is this? Usually.
Fairy Fire, I believe, is a
No, the one I used was Dancing Lights.
Dancing Lights.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
do
what you
have
said
Dancing
it was.
Lights. Okay, yeah,
Yep.
sorry. Dancing Lights, I think, is a first level spell, isn't it?
Okay. I will put my first level spell that I am capable of casting as an Eldritch Knight through it and cast the spell from the page into the room.
It is a cantrip. You can cast it.
Oh, it's a cantrip. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll use it as a spell focus and cast the cantrip because I don't know the cantrip.
Okay. Yep, that's fine. As you do so, once again, that darkness kind of creeps down your arm and through the book, and you cast Dancing Lights on this one.
Yes.
Nothing happens.
Wait. Which one is supposed to be cast on?
I don't know.
Fuck.
Are you supposed to cast it on something?
I don't know.
So Void was the first one. Flight was
I
the
cast-
second one. Beacon was the
Third.
third one, and Homecoming was the last one.
Beacon. Am I stupid?
Okay, I have
I'll
one
give-
for the levitation. I have, where is it? I just saw it. Crap. I have a book with the levitation spell. Is levitation even a spell? Why do I have it as Book of Levitation?
You see Kermite, well, Inferno, you see Kermite just like face palming super hard. His face, he's just like
Yes, all going to plan. Just piss off Kermite.
So
he walks over here and like flumps down with the book. Oh, he whispers a name. Okay. Do I need to know what name you're whispering, or are you just?
I'm whispering Zach Nefane's full title.
Oh yeah. Okay.
dancing life.
Okay, alright, yeah.
What did I do wrong here?
Is levitate a spell?
It is.
I feel like it is. try and figure out what level it's at.
What are we doing wrong? Maybe we're misunderstanding something. I am a no. I'm not the smartest, but
Roll me an investigation check, Gerna. Since you're looking at the book, you just looked at it and you cast it, right? 13. So the book itself is talking about different types of magic, and the spell that you just read, the Dancing Light spell, correct? The things talking about the book themselves are wayfinding, pathfinding, like how to find a good, using dancing lights as a means of guiding people through.
I go and then I cast Dancing Lights on the correct one. Wayfinding home
with Homecoming. Okay.
Yeah, everyone hears me go
Okay. Do that again. Cantrip, easy enough. The darkness kind of coalesces in your hand. The lights just kind of boop, 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 and are instantly sucked into the rune. The rune is now brightly lit. There may be hope for this one yet. And you see Kermit now put down the Dungeons and Dragons book and start.
That one's the smart one.
So Aya, you have a library card.
Yeah.
This is an ancient rune, much like the runes that you've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
So the rune that it says is something to the effect of flight or air, kind of flowing.
Custom.
Okay, so I'm going to try this, see if it works. As a ritual, still touching the stone, I want to cast Floating Disc.
Okay, 10 minutes. Gerna, what are you doing?
What was the biggest rune?
What was the biggest room? Oh, the big room there? Beacon.
Beacon.
Something to the effect of beacon or
Beacon.
Focus or
focus. Do we have any other books?
Did you have any other books?
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
Are you asking that out loud?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Do we have any other books? Okay, I'll do the good ones. Did we have any other books?
I'm
I'll give the other one back to you as you're doing your ritual. Interrupting it.
Decision cut at the rack, Life Dominion. No, I do not. I only have a Book of Dancing Lights, the Grimoire, and a Book of Levitation.
Okay.
But I can't cast second level spells, so.
You may not, but the book may.
But I thought it uses a spell slot.
Do you know that?
Metagaming.
Would your character know that?
I mean, I don't know that spell.
Will you?
So therefore, I don't think I would know to do that. That's why I'm doing the floating disc.
Go ahead and the Book of Levitation.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me an investigation check real quick.
Okay.
No, you already figured this out. I think I already told you this. What I said was the stones of the tower of Ashfont were levitated into place. And through this book, you think you would be able to cast it.
Okay.
So, you do have a book that will allow you to cast levitation. You want to try to... How would you cast it? How would you cast? How would Aya try to cast this spell?
Kind of like how a president would accept office, put my hand on the book, kind of hold my hand up to it, not touching it per se, but as the spell's about to be released, touch it.
Okay, cool. Roll me, let's just do a Knowledge Arcana. I think that's a fair way to do this.
So just an Arcana, okay.
Yeah.
18 plus... alphabetical. 4, so 22.
Okay, yeah, perfect. You know that this basically you're going to have to dump 2 spell slots into this. Is how it's going to work out
Okay.
since you don't have a 2nd level spell.
Got it.
And as you begin to do that, you feel that energy kind of coalescing. And much like Gerna, while you're holding the book, the darkness just seeps out of it around your arm, and then coalesces into your other hand as you press it into the stone. And the stone, for a brief moment, you feel yourself just float, weightless, in the air, and then everything kind of snaps back, and you kind of catch yourself on your feet. And the stone then, the rune blows into light, glows into life. There we go.
Beacon.
Glows into light.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then the last one is beacon.
Mm-hmm.
Beacon. Beacon and what?
Beacon, focus, something to that effect. Do you want to roll another knowledge history to see if you can get more insight to it?
Sure. Yeah, I'll always do it because I'm I'm stumped.
All right, I'm gonna try something with that.
Oh.
Sure.
20 total.
So the beacon or the focus could also be something to the effect of like a target, very specifically, like one point, one thing, one point. Like everyone should be focusing. Everyone, like the beacon is craving attention, something to that effect. Kermite will reach under the. I don't want to like. I like that you're typing in the chat. I do like that. As you place the bean monster rations on the counter. For the people at home, they don't know what's going on. Kermite will reach out and pull out 2 small glasses. And he'll pour a little glass of something brown that he has under the counter and push it over to you.
Yep. I will go ahead and drink the glass.
Okay.
I don't know
what. I'm gonna
you
look
have-
at Gerna before I
you
do
have-
this.
Oh yeah. Right. That's your name, correct?
Yes.
You know how to throw bolts of fire. That might be something like that. But I'm also unsure. And I kind of shrug. It might survive it, so go
As
for
you
it.
say that, you see Kermite like, and he just starts grabbing books and like pulling them off the top of the desk and just like.
Or
trying to-
maybe it's...
Would I have noticed Kermite doing so?
Yeah, I mean, this is a small room, and he's frantically putting books away.
I'm gonna kind of look over, like in between Gerna's armpit, and kind of see that, and be like, I don't think that's the best of ideas.
Beacon.
Complex. This is very alcoholic.
Nice. I need
Yeah,
the strong stuff.
It's dry. It's very dry.
All right, so this is beacon.
Can
Beacon would likely refer to.
I also have a stupid idea that I'd like to try.
What's that idea?
Just take a step to the right, please.
I'm gonna take 2 steps to the right.
I walk up with my hand a bit in front of the cast magic missiles into it.
That's what I was gonna do.
Roll me a d20.
I'm gonna die, guys. It was nice playing with y'all.
Shit, I think I'm in range of that. No.
9.
You're fine. Magic missile. You target the stone and just. And this like everything kind of spatters for a minute. You're all hit with singeing particles of burning arcane residue, and the stone is untouched, unaffected.
Well, that didn't work. I kind of like pat my hands together, wiping magic dust off my hands or paws or claws.
Just imagine your face is like black.
Nick is slowly sneaking over here and sniffing what you've got in the glass. He's like,
All right, so a beacon.
I'll give him whatever's left in the glass.
So I've cast lights into it. It didn't
gobbles it down.
beacon. All right,
Just try
I'm gonna
to
cast
firebolt.
Spare the Dying into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe guidance. Does anyone here know guidance?
No. Yep,
You start casting your spare the dying focus. You think to yourself, I just learned a whole butt ton of stuff about necromancy. Fuck it, and nothing happens.
Okay.
The electrical energy, or the electrical, the divine energy of the spare the dying spell touches the stone and is absorbed, and nothing seems to react.
Use the firebolt.
Okay. Gerna, question.
Yes.
Do you think lightning would open this?
Probably not. Do you have any spells that helps to focus or focus on a single thing?
An idea.
Inferno, you get 1 bonus hit point for.
Yay!
Because I really don't
Drink that.
know.
All right. I'm gonna cast
Beacon.
Identify on it.
Okay, you're gonna take 10 minutes and cast Identify.
No, I don't know.
You can.
Beacon.
I'm not.
No,
saying you
I
can't.
know.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think. Okay, a beacon. What the hell is a beacon in this world? What would be considered a beacon? Is it hope? Is it inspiration? Because
Do you have the light cantrip?
I have the light cantrip.
Just use that. Try that.
Okay, I am just going to, for like a minute, pump the light cantrip into this.
So you prepare the spell and you focus on it and light, and the stone, and it just fades. Try it again.
Okay.
Boop. For the second, the stone lights up like you would normally expect something enchanted with the light spell, and then it just fades again with no
It
effect.
just keeps doing that.
Just keeps absorbing the energy. Yeah.
I think it needs something stronger.
I will say the same thing. Well, no, you shot it with magic missile. It has the same effect when you cast Spare the Dying. So Spare the Dying feels like you would put the energy into it, and then it would just fade.
Damn it.
I'll cast Absorb 11, so that's only self.
Yeah, self-cast. You could cast it and pour the energy into it if you wanted.
I'll try.
Nothing happens.
Well, I'm out of options.
Same thing.
I'm out of spells
You
left.
touch the stone, and for a brief moment, you're like, "Oh, it's cold," and then it just fades.
Okay,
For my,
so
I'm
really,
light.
really anxious, just like staring at complex, like.
Okay, so dancing light is a cantrip. That
Just
did not
firebolt
work.
it already. I already
You know
magic
what?
missile'd it.
Well, as Gerna says it, I'm just gonna say fuck it, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and cast firebolt into it.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
All right. 10.
10. You point blank just like charge up this fireball, and you hear Kermit go, "Ah!" and then you just slam it into the rune. And as it hits, it just sparks of stone, not stone, sparks just kind of erupt from it as the fire just, and then as it fades, no effect.
Yeah.
There seems to be no scorch marks. The energy seems to be absorbed.
I think we just missed a book.
Ah! Don't burn down my building! He starts like, he slaps over here and comes and like starts stomping on the ground to make sure nothing's on fire. Just
So use Mage Hand to help him stomp out the fires.
Alright, so a beacon. Gentle repose.
He just
lesser
stares at you, Aya,
restoration.
for a second. Just like, he looks at Gerna and just like, exasperatedly walks over here with his hands in the air and just comes back to the desk and just like folds his arms and sits down on some of the books. He just
Do
stares
I
at
kn-
Complex and glares.
I'm gonna
Glares
ask
angrily.
Kermite, what does the glyph actually say?
I'm not supposed to help you. I'm just supposed to aid
As
you
that-
with the books. And he says all of this through like clenched teeth.
Okay,
And he starts like his eyeballs just like.
can I kind of toss a firebolt in my hand, kind of looking at him?
Okay, since you're
you
only
can
up,
absolutely do that. Hold on. So you're priming a fireball. I assume
Yeah,
menacingly.
Yeah, I'm just kind of tossing it back and forth like it's a ball. Like, oh hey, I might drop this. Oh no.
I'll just walk a bit closer to Kermite. Well, since you're only allowed to help with books, did we miss the
so-
book order?
As you're
Oh,
doing that, you're tossing the firebolt, and you're like, he just snaps his fingers, and it goes out. And you just got counterspelled.
Ooh. Damn. Okay. All right. All right. So we are missing something. I do not have it on my person.
Well, I'll repeat my question. Since you're only allowed to help with books, are we missing a book?
He stares directly at Aya and says, "No," with his teeth clenched again.
Or we're just being
I'm
dumb?
not supposed to help you. Is there a book you're looking for?
I am looking for a book.
He's looking
that does
directly at Complex.
All right. So as he's doing that, I'm gonna walk closer. I'm gonna be doing
Complex.
the same gesture that I was, kind of pretending to toss a ball back and forth. No fireball in it yet, but just kind of doing it and say, I don't know, something about light piercing darkness, something to that effect.
Stop. Put the firebolt away.
No, there's no firebolt. I'm just doing the hand motion like I am.
Okay. You're staring at Complex.
He just glares.
Somehow, I don't think that intimidation is going to do anything other than anger people.
Captain.
Don't say anything about intimidation. I'm having fun.
Doesn't look like fun to me.
Capitan.
What?
Maybe it's supposed to you. Maybe it's you.
Maybe what is me? I was enjoying this drink with Kermit over here.
Very pleasant. I'm just getting bored.
So what are you having problems with?
That rune over there? I mean, I know you're blind, but...
What rune?
That rune, sorry.
Right. What does the rune say?
Beacon, kind of... It implies focus. I lack anything that does focus, so seems to be with Metal Hand as well. Maybe it's somehow to do with you. I'm unsure. I don't have the spell command. That would be funny if I did. Maybe that's it.
And you're asking a monk about spells?
No, I'm asking for your ideas.
I see.
EM question.
Mm-hmm.
When you cast the mending spell, is there a light? Oh, never mind. I can't even cast it. I don't have it prepared. Never mind. Damn it.
I'll look at the ceiling. What the fuck is it? Dungeon Master, please help.
What's
What
Yeah.
I can't tell if Inferno is just fucking with you guys or because I know Inferno knows what the answer is.
I feel like he's fucking with us.
If I'm way off base, that's fine. But I'm
All right.
I mean, I want you guys to think.
Okay. I'm gonna
what
ask
you've
Gerna.
done and what you have been doing this whole time. This is not supposed to be the part that tricked you guys.
Yes, I know that. That's why I'm angry. All right. I'm gonna ask Gerna. Can you cast the light spell?
No.
Damn it. I'm gonna try to have two people do it at the same time.
It has something to do with finding our way out of here, but I don't know what.
Kermit goes, books.
We're supposed to find books. Okay.
All right, fine. All right, so you know what? Hearing him say that, I'm going to
like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
All right, I'm gonna angrily walk over here.
Okay,
and
roll me before you do that. Roll me a. Do I want to do history? Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if you guys. I mean,
only 3.
You've read the book that you need for this. You had it. 2 of you have touched it.
Wait.
What book?
Do you have a book on you? I'm saying this is complex.
I have the 3rd volume of the Zaknafane novels, if that's what you're talking about.
Do I recognize this book as one that I put away?
You handed this to Complex. Or no, you might have put it away. You might have put it away and then Complex.
I haven't touched it. I wouldn't know about this.
Yeah, you would know. About it.
May I see that book, please?
Sure.
Yeah, that book.
All right. I'm going to kind of hover right here. Quickly going through it. Do I recognize any magical page or spell inside this book?
Sure. So this book talks mostly about drought tactics and learning how to fight in the dark. Among many of these pages, one that is flagged and open, that has been flagged and opened too many times, understanding your enemies, tracking and management, and the rudimentary explanation of the spell Fairy Fire, and its practical means of casting it. With this book in hand, you believe that you could cast Fairy Fire.
And
My anger is just going to close. Just slowly. I'm going to take the book with two hands, kind of close it.
And before you do anything, I will cast Fairy Fire on the stupid glyph.
I was gonna thank you and everything. All right.
All this time. Oh well. I kind of struck into place. I didn't know about that, so I literally didn't know about this.
Gerna,
that's one of your key points for that, by the way.
That's fine. Gerna, that's the reason why I said you should probably read these books.
You want me?
Just like rubbing his face. He's just like, ah.
You want me to read the books? Me. I point to myself, my large claw.
Might be important.
I already read this book.
All right.
Then you already know.
All right. I'm gonna I'm walking, but like my head's up at the ceiling. I'm just like, ugh. I'm gonna go ahead and push on the door. Is it open?
Yes. As the Fairy Fire glows on the brick absorbs the energy in the rune lights. The blue crystal on the door begins to illuminate, as well as you see your symbols all flare into life. The door opens.
Right.
I guess
unlocks.
Well, great effort. Well, we made it out of here.
Okay. All right.
We'll be out of your hide, goblinoid.
Good.
Sorry, Carmite. This won't happen again, hopefully. Maybe. I can't keep promises. Goodbye.
It'll happen again, don't worry.
Wait! Please return any books you have before you leave the library.
What about the card? I hold the card.
What card?
The library card.
It's not a physical card.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Oh, actually, sorry, not real life dice. I mean, use my actual thing. 12.
The card he gave you is gone.
Oh.
You're like, wait.
Well, I do have the. I'll give the card. Did you ever take the Book of Guiding Lights from me?
Yeah, no, you handed it back to me.
Then I, as he says, hand over all the books. I look towards Saya.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and walk over. I am returning the Book of Dancing Light,
okay.
The Book of Fairy Fire. What other books do I have? And the Book of Levitation.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
He takes them. There should be one more, I believe.
That's all that I have written down.
Joonas, I think you had the other one. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh no! I'm sorry. The other one was gifted by the big demon. So that wasn't a book.
Yes.
It was only the three. He takes those and he takes them. He says, "Very well. That took much longer than most, but you did fairly well. And I hope you and your brethren enjoy what you've learned here." And he kind of looks at Gerna.
Insight check. What? Why did he wink at me? Insight check. That shit.
Insight check. I do the same, please.
Okay. Insight is a +3, 17.
17? Nice. As he says that, you kind of like that darkness spell. You remember the darkness kind of coalition, like kind of around you as this happened when you got that power. Gerna, you are always hungry, but there's a new hunger kind of itching in the back of your mind. You feel like maybe there might be something that is lingering. And I am going to give you a level of Warlock. specifically.
Like actual?
You can.
Or
you can,
replace one of my levels in Warlock?
Nope. You can just the next level you take, which I'm giving you right now, is going to be Warlock.
Oh.
Aya, you're very hungry. Snick looks pretty tasty.
How did you know I was gonna eat Snick?
So
Very
just add a level in Warlock, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay. More HP. What patron?
Damn it, I had this.
Undying or Undead Hexblade?
I think it's Undying. The one's in Ben Rectons. I think it's Undead.
Which is better?
Who do I know?
Let me double check that. We'll get into that here in a minute. I had this written down. I don't know where I put it. But yeah, level in Warlock. Yeah, same thing.
Huh. Well, I'll take the Undead, I guess, because he's undead.
That's fine. I mean, I have a specific thing for you guys, but
Oh, cool.
Damn it. I had it all written out on for D&D Beyond, and I don't know where I put my paper. I just have Aya and Gerna Warlock.
Okay.
Wait,
Well,
wait,
I'm gonna
wait.
stand.
Wait, did I gain a level on Warlock?
You did.
Okay. Question: does
Oh.
that count against my maximum level?
It might.
It does.
It might be something you have to figure out.
Well, first off,
That's
I
not
know
fun, is
most
it?
of my kin
I've never
aren't.
multi-classed. How do you do that?
It's a
there it is.
curse.
Oh shit!
So you feel
So-
this presence. You feel this dark presence kind of looming, and you feel this hunger that you've not felt before, and you're like, well, maybe Snick would be pretty tasty. And you just kind of that's present. That's present in your mind. Mechanically, I'm going to give you both a level in Warlock until we figure out what's going on.
Okay. Well, I'll kind of stand there. Well, apologies, little. What was your name? Kermite. Yes. For our slowness. I know I am not the smartest thing, and my kin are known to be quite barbaric. So I would try to alleviate my boredom via reading. We also happen to be quite. I look at the rest of the two, childish.
Guilty.
He nods. He nods to both of you. He looks at a complex. He says, "It was a pretty good prank, I suppose," and tips his glass because he still does have that other glass. And he's just like, "Well, best of luck to you all. I'm sure if you ever need more information, it will be available to you." And he bows his head low to Complex again, and he says, "Maybe we don't talk about the little hints I gave you, perhaps."
What
Probably for the
hints?
best. And I won't talk about the unmentionables that you are taking with you
That's a great
out of
deal.
my inventory. And he kind of looks at Snick and Gerna and Aya.
That reminds
And
me,
like-
Kermite. What's in the chest?
Chest? I don't know what you're talking about, he says with a deadpan voice.
Fair
Not
enough.
allowed to help. Yeah.
I'm very sure I don't know what you're talking about. You guys wanna roll an
Insight check.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check.
We checked the chest, right? 12.
Did you say that out loud?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I did. I haven't told you guys what I have found. Keyword here yet.
Well, I was. I
Um,
wanted to ask. I'll ask anyways. Did any of us look at the chest?
So,
Mm.
I would have written on the piece of paper in Goblin and passed it over to Kermite and then started walking towards the door.
Sorry, say that one more time.
I would have passed the piece of paper that I wrote in Goblin over to Kermite and then started walking towards the door.
Okay. Did you add anything extra to it? Did you need to message me later, or was that just for posterity's sake?
It's ostensibly it was goodbye, hero of pickles.
Pickles. He chuckles.
All right, I'm gonna ask Kermit
Sorry, what was
one
your-
more.
I got a phone call right when you guys started talking, so I'm sorry. I have to backtrack a little bit.
Oh, yeah, no, you're good.
What was your insight check for Kermit?
Mine was 12.
A 12? Okay. You're pretty sure he knows what you're talking about, but he seems to be avoiding the discussion.
Kermit, before we leave, is there, assuming that we see you again, hopefully, is there anything that you are in need of that you would want if we come across?
No, I'm quite happy with my station, thank you. And he pulls
If we find any-
wine back and he just puts it under the desk.
Well, if we find any books, would those be of interest to you? Something that you don't have in your collection?
Possibly.
And what about...
I'm always interested to trade for things that are of value. And he kind of like glances down to the Dungeons and Dragons book on the counter.
Understood, and maybe something to go with it. And I look down at the where he hid the wine. Kinda.
Possibly.
Possibly.
If you survive, we might be able to make a deal.
Understand. See you soon. And I walk towards the door.
Snake will follow you.
I slam the door on Snick.
I opened
Roll
the
me
door
a-
for Snake.
He looks very good, so I am doing everything in my power not to kill him, but to tenderize him.
He growls and kind of snarls at you. Yeah, that's it. You guys, the door closes. This is a room, much like the rooms you have seen many times before. Is there anything you'd like to do before we call it here?
Yeah, right here. Is there a letter carved in?
No.
No, there is not. Let's
There's
fix
not.
that real quick. We're gonna put the celestial letter for D right there. Yep. That's what I'm doing. And
Do I hunger for blood or souls? I mean, is it more intense than my usual hunger for everything around me?
No, it's not more intense.
Oh, it's just like
A
interesting.
lingering hunger.
I mean,
that's something you
just
put on a
amazing.
t-shirt. Do I hunger for souls or blood?
I as a gnoll have found a way to control myself from eating everything around me. Unlike most of my peers.
All right, so before we wrap things up, and the door is closed behind us, in this room, would I know that we instantly fall asleep? Like it's a forced thing?
It's more been as you like you go in, you touch the crystal, and you all feel calm enough to rest.
Okay.
If you'd like to resist it, you can.
Mhm.
But it's always been a like you guys have been running around, you've been tired, and as you kind of activate this crystal just by simply being around it, being near it, you just fade into sleep.
Okay. Before anyone touches it, I think who mentioned the chest?
Do I see you looking at Snick hungrily? Do I recognize the hunger in your eyes?
I'm not
Because
gonna
I
say I
just
look
realized-
hungrily. I'm not gonna say that my tone towards him has changed much.
I mean, you
Beyond
always disliked
being-
Snick.
Yeah, I mean, just because he's a bean thief. In my eyes, he is a bean thief, and he will always be a bean thief.
It is one
Just
level of an
beads.
undead warlock.
Okay. Well, I'm an undead one.
Okay, so I am going to go ahead and pull out the sigil of the god of Rax.
Cool. Okay, roll me a will save real quick.
Will save. Okay. Hold on. Let me change screens real quick. A will save.
Do I see what's
Gotta
going
make sure
on?
my lights light up. And That's going to be an 18 plus 1.
18 plus 1. Sweet.
Wait, a
Okay.
will save or a wisdom save? Or is that one and the same?
That should be the same thing. Sorry.
You sometimes say Pathfinder things, so I have to double check.
No, it's just a wisdom save.
Okay.
So you reach into your pocket, you pull out the sigil, and as you do, it just burns your hand, like audibly sizzling. Do you want to let go of it? With that will save, I'll let you decide to hold on to it or not.
I think I'm gonna hold on to it.
Okay.
Bacon.
Well, I mean, it's touching metal, but I'm gonna kind of hold it up to him and say,
Yeah, hold on. You got to take some.
I gotta take some damage. Okay. Tell me the damage.
Can't seem to. There we go. Give me them characters. I can't find my D8. Roll. 4. You take 4 damage as this thing just kind of sizzles in your hand.
All right, I'm gonna make sure everyone could see it and be like, I found this in the chest. It's kind of winch in pain holding it.
I'll use Mage Hand to take it from them.
Okay, I'm gonna do one more will save with that.
Okay.
If you're gonna spend the time to cast a spell.
All right, yeah, one more will save.
Am I smart enough to connect these that maybe reading from these books we have become unholy monsters?
Roll me a
or maybe
check.
being touched. Okay, because I don't know if my character is smaller. Like, I have to think about that. 16.
You've been thunderstruck.
I'm gonna give you a bonus because you're a Knoll. Something was signed and a pact was made.
Oh, okay. So we are. Oh, we made a deal with the demonic thing. Yeah, definitely I would use Mage Hand then because I'm like, that's a holy symbol, right?
It is a holy symbol.
Yeah, I'll definitely use Mage Hands. Otherwise, if I wouldn't have known, I would have used my own hand.
So, question: Mage Hand is visible, correct? Like, it is a visible.
Nope.
Yes.
Like, can you see
is
the
it?
actual embodiment of a hand?
It can be materialized for others to view.
Can't be materialized. Okay.
A spectral floating hand appears at the point you choose within range.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. I wanted to see if something invisible was grabbing it, or if some kind of a hand was grabbing it. Because I'm pretty sure I've seen Gerna go ahead and do that before. But you said you wanted me to roll another wisdom save, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's 14 plus 1.
15. Okay, so this time you just you let go of it and you take 5 more damage.
Okay.
Like you can't hold on to it anymore. It's like, jeez, kind of shaking your hand out of it. And it clatters to the floor. Unless Joonas, you want to try to grab it?
I'll just Mage Hand to try to.
I'll let you do a deck save since you're trying to grab it as it's flipping through the air. That's fine. It's fine. I think you'd be able to do it. Whether or not it hits the ground or not, I don't think is that important.
I'll pick it up anyways if it's on the ground with the Mage Hand.
The emblem now not glowing, not apparently hot, is just floating in the air through the spectral hand.
I'll move it closer to myself and look over. Do I recognize who this belongs to?
Knowledge religion.
I will roll a religion. Where's my religion? I should have taken proficiency in religion. 12.
12? You get that this was a symbol of Ilmater, but you don't have too much information about it.
I'll give a quick touch with my actual finger.
Roll me a will save.
I'm gonna fail. 10. 10.
7 damage somehow. The pain just shoots up your finger. Yeah, you're just like, jeez. And all of that black energy that is coursing through your body, you now feel kind of like react to it. Just kind of cackling away from the spot where you touched it. And as you kind of shake your hand, that slowly kind of fades back, and you're just like, all right, that's not good.
Well, it seems we have made a pact. As it floats in my spectral hand, Okay, so I'm trying to decide whether to give it to our Capitan or Snick.
Yeah, Snick's kind of like looking at it like, "Ooh."
Okay, so I think just because I'm gonna tell Gerna, have Complex touch it real quick. I want to see what happens.
Probably
I have a
nothing since he
theory.
didn't walk into the room. I'll float the hand over to Complex. Is Complex actually here right now?
I'm just sitting there meditating.
Okay, I was
Push
asking
it.
for actually. Yeah,
Just
I'll move
push it
the. No, I'll just move close to him.
Basking in the smells of burnt human and burnt knoll.
Pretty much, yeah. What you playing?
Hey, Captain. I want to give this a quick touch.
Touch? Why,
Yes, just
isn't
touch
it
the sim.
yours?
No,
No?
well,
Okay.
could be, but I can't use it since we made a pact with the dude in the sarcophagus.
Ah, yes. The entity you were talking to in the dark arts.
Yeah, let's just say we're dark beings of the night now. I kind of like move my hands to the side to like give it extra flair, kind of ironically. And we are bound from touching anything holy, for it burns our hide. Just checking if it burns you as well.
I see. Sure. I will extend my hand and wait for the medallion to drop into my hand. Because I have no idea where the medallion is right now.
Oh, it's floating in my spectral hand, mage hand. But the mage hand is a spectral null hand, a bit smaller, but it floats over to you. And it drops it in, kind of gently like drops it in your hand, holding the chain or whatever.
Is it metallic, or do I know what it's made out of?
Yeah, it's metallic. Yeah, it's a fairly innocuous metal. Like it's not gold.
Cool.
It seems very beat up. It feels like it's been worn and just been through shit.
Yeah.
Scratches, dings, dents.
I'll just flip it in my hand and feel it over.
As
Well,
he's doing that, I'm gonna kind of give a little bit of information about it. It was the only thing in the chest while we were in the first part of the library. I found a old journal, few pages written in it, and I also found a key hidden amongst that same writing. And I'm gonna hand over the key and the diary or journal, the complex as well.
Interesting.
When you have a moment, you could look at it. It's fairly quick to read. There's not much there. But whatever this thing is, he had to leave it behind.
Okay. And I guess I would put the medallion in one of the satchels that I have, and
Okay. As you go to put the talisman in your bag, like as you're kind of like letting go of it,
sure.
you feel this presence, feel this thought kind of go through your head that I will punish them. They will pay. That's it.
Okay. And then yeah, I'll palm and flip the key around as I'm flipping open the book, and then reading down the book via touch.
Yeah, let me see. Where did I write this down? Did I already read this to you?
You read the inscription to Aya.
Yeah.
You told us essentially, well, you told me essentially what Illuminator was. I don't think I rolled too high on that. So I think you just told me, hey, Illuminator is the god of the Rex. And you told me that the medallion itself was magical and it was of the life domain.
Yep. And then
And that's it. That's all I have written.
There was an inscription on the chest itself. I think all of you saw the inscription, right? Did I read it to you all? Or did
I think you did.
Read to just Aya what the inscription
Would I have
was.
remembered what it said on there? Because
yeah, that's fine. Let's see. So written on the inscription or on the chest itself, it was not my intent to fall so far. At first, it was but a small concessions, and then it was minor grievances. But the fear of them revealing my true nature let me split in my devotion. I have failed you and become what I hated most. My cruelty cannot be forgiven. Perhaps someone more worthy will take up your cry. I have hidden the key someplace the drow will never look. If I am to make it out of here, I must leave behind what I cherished most. May its burden and curse help you, should you be brave enough to wield it. Farewell. And that was written on the chest itself.
all right, I repeat that. Too complex.
And the journal is basically a small diary. It looks like it was started when someone joined the Royal Guard. And they just talk about having to make very, very tough choices, their faith being tested constantly, and then over the course of a few pages, you just see this descent of what have I done? Why have I done this? I can't live with myself like this. I will be giving this curse to someone else, and I feel terrible for it. The only way for me to survive this tower is to walk away. From you specifically is what it says. Please forgive me, and please forgive whoever takes up this charge. That's all it says.
It doesn't
Nothing
have
specific.
a name or anything.
No, and it's not dated as it's not dated in a way that's terribly helpful. It seems like this is just someone every now and again would continue to I don't like being a guard here. I don't like training. It's not. It's going against what I believe, but then they feel like they're forced to do it. So
it wouldn't have any details on any of the rooms or anything.
No,
okay.
Nothing specific. More of a personal kind of my thoughts, and they seem distraught and have left something that was dear to them somewhere that only someone worthy could find, basically, to hide from the drow. That's what you should get the most out of it, is that he didn't want a drow to pick this up.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a diary of smut. You guys found a lot of smut.
Sure did.
Okay. And with that, I will allow you, if you choose, to take a level 1 paladin, the paladin of life through Illuminator, if you like.
Yeah, I'll have to make that decision after I take a look. I might, but I don't know for sure.
Unfortunately, the other two didn't
have a choice.
Didn't have a choice. But you.
Such is the way of the warlock.
Such is the way of the warlock.
So, question. I'm gonna find this out real quick. No, I can't. Damn it. All right. The hammer of mending. I want to hit myself with it.
Okay.
Bonk myself in the face with the hammer.
Well, I already have been taking a seat.
I've never been told specifically that it is the hammer of mending, just that it can mend. To what effect? I don't know. So therefore,
Roll an attack.
Okay, yeah.
So I have taken a seat in this corner next to the snake, and I'll just kind of observe as I just clunk against their own head.
Am I seeing if I hit myself? Am I rolling for that, or is it just rolling for damage?
Are you purposefully hitting yourself hard?
Yes.
Okay.
I am purposely hitting myself to see if this hammer fixes people.
It's an auto crit. Roll your damage.
Okay. And that is. Would that be an unarmed strike?
No, it's a hammer.
Okay, so
it's straight up a hammer.
What dice am I rolling?
Oh, just roll me a d6. That's fine. We'll count
Okay.
it as a,
Okay.
and then add your strength.
That is 3 plus 0.
Okay, so you take 3 damage. It did not heal you.
Well, if it's a crit,
Okay.
that would be 6, wouldn't it?
Oh, it would be 6. Yeah. You
Jeez.
dunk
Well-
yourself real hard with this.
Ooh.
I also see you dunk yourself in the face with a hammer.
I was
kind
trying
of
to see if I
blinked
could get
3
rid of the. I was trying to see if I could get rid of the level of Warlock. Damn it.
Ouch.
That's dark. Just like, no! Just hitting yourself with a hammer. That's
All right.
not where I thought this would go.
No,
Wow.
neither did I.
Not like this. Not like this.
Question:
Metal
Can you touch a creature and you can end either one disease or one condition effect? Can I perform lesser restoration on myself?
Melar, what the hell are you doing?
Hold on.
Hold on, you just whacked yourself with a hammer in your face.
I'm fine.
You're not
Uh,
fine. You're bleeding.
All right. I'm casting lesser restoration on myself.
What the hell are you doing?
Does anything happen?
By the
Are you
gods.
casting this as a ritual spell, or do you have the spell slots for this?
So I don't have spell slots, but as my character, I can cast it. Like it's part of my racial feature.
Okay, roll me a d20.
Okay. Natural 20.
So 20. What's your bonus to that?
I don't
To,
know.
Your spellcasting modifier.
Give me a second. Modifier.
plus
I have
four
a
detail?
+4 and a +2, so I'm not sure which one that would be.
Probably the +2. Maybe? I don't know.
So
What
the
race?
the +4 is for Artificer. I'm clicking on it, and the +2 is for Warlock.
Huh.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no, nothing happens.
Melar, calm down. Take a seat. Sleep. Never thought I would say this, but you need to calm down.
Chill out.
I'll take the hammer from them. I'll take this for now.
No, I hold on to it. No.
Let go it.
No, I hold on to it. It's mine.
I'm gonna fucking take it from them. I'll take this for you to calm down. I don't need you whacking your skull open with this.
I want it out.
I'll walk up and take the hammer from you.
Snick's gonna get behind like. Snick's all about this.
All right.
Calm down. We don't need you killing yourself here.
Do we need to roll things, or is this happening? What's going on?
I'm not letting this happen. I'm rolling contested strength saves.
Do it.
Or is it
Roll.
strength save or just
Athletics.
Athletics. Yeah.
Athletics?
Basically, there's gonna be a grapple roll, and then whoever wins that grapple roll can
yeah,
attempt
16.
Athletics. 16.
to. Yeah. So you're both holding the hammer, but you're both kind of like, no.
Roll
no,
again.
You're-
Roll
you're
again.
I'll stop from trying to take it from me. All right. Just don't whack yourself with it again.
Okay, as you let go, I hit myself again with it.
Oh, crit
I'm gonna
damage.
stop them. I'm gonna try to grab
no,
it and stop them.
I'm not. No, you let go, and the force of me trying to pull it hits me in the head.
Oh,
Roll me a d6.
eh.
Okay, D6. That's a 2.
4 damage.
Oh, fine, jeez. I'll actually fucking take it now.
No, I'm holding on to it. It hit me in the head. It is mine, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself. I'm going to go
You're
to
out of
sleep
spell
in the
slots, I
corner.
thought.
No, as a warlock, I could cast one first level
Okay.
spell.
You didn't level up yet. You're
Oh.
gonna take a level in Warlock.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
So you're
alright.
you're spent. You're spent.
Okay. All right. I'm spent. I'm in the corner.
By the gods. I'm trying to take the hammer again.
Nick's in the back, like, yeah, hit him. And then Nick's gonna hit you with a, just hit you with a, starts wailing on you. So take 1 damage from Snick just like slapping you. Just like,
I mean,
Snick,
that
calm
doesn't hit
down.
my armor class, but okay. Wait, did you roll an 11?
I roll in athletics.
Oh.
Take it away from me.
I'll roll for Snick. That makes sense. I think that's fair.
No, I just took the 1 damage. I'll heal myself the 1 back. See what
Can you
happens.
stop
You
whacking
rolled-
yourself?
He rolled a 14, so.
My armor class is 14.
Okay, yeah, so you take 1
Yes.
damage.
Okay.
Snake, stop.
Instead of Gerna taking the hammer, I'm gonna hand the hammer over. Say, I want this back when I wake up.
You see Snake like reaching for it and just staring at you like.
Stick, calm down.
He'll
I
put his
take
hand
the
down.
hammer. That's what I was trying to say. I'll have the hammer, you take a nap, and I'll give it back to you when you calm down. I don't...
Right.
I look at your
And-
bleeding face. You don't really need to whack yourself with a hammer.
All right. As soon as you take the hammer, I'm out. I am out. I am sleeping. I am done.
Snake goes through your pocket. I'm kidding.
Snick, you bastard.
Like, no.
If Snick went through my pockets, he would be the next thing on that spigot.
Snake, calm down.
I'd be roasting his ass over a fire.
Snake pulls the book out of his shirt. Just like.
Actually, I have the book in my
Oh, you
shirt,
have the book
actually.
already? Okay, that's fine.
He gave it to me in the last session. I told him to hide it in my shirt.
Cool.
I'll
Anything
actually
else?
put the hammer. I'll just put the hammer in front of Aya as I see they passed out. I'll just walk back and take a seat. Snick, get over here.
Oh, and he just looks at the hammer longingly and walks to the other side of the room.
You have your pickaxe. Actually, does he have his pickaxe? Where is it?
It's just on his back.
No.
He just hasn't pulled it out because you're in a library. Even
Right.
Snick knows how to be polite in a library.
Unlike some other individuals.
Very well. I take out the book. Let's read this together. I'll take out the book we stole, and me and Snick will go over it
Sure.
to alleviate his boredom. I'll actually give it the book to him. I was like, don't destroy it, and I take a nap.
He just starts reading it. That's it. Complex, you good?
Yeah, I'm just reading the diary.
Okay. Yeah, so through more of that, you get that this was a very devout person, and through their choices to survive in the tower, they basically kind of forsake their what they believed in, and they didn't feel worthy of this charge or this curse that he keeps calling it.
Sure.
It's a sad story, but it is. It's just the writings of this one individual. So that's it. Okay. You all start to rest. The darkness slowly takes you, and that's where we're going to call it for today.
I'm gonna have a serious discussion with Aya about suicide next time.
Oh, good. That will be.
That was not what I was going for.
All right.
At
Well,
all.
we'll maybe do that next time.
Well, we don't know what Gerna thinks. I just see some pup just smack themselves in the face with a fucking hammer.
Well,
Twice.
now,
Yeah.
now I know that the hammer does not heal. It only repairs.
You know, it never crossed Gerna's mind to consider, it might heal me, so let me smack myself with the hammer. No, I never thought of that. I just see you, go, smack.
Yeah,
What the
whack.
fuck is wrong with this
Whack.
person?
Whack.
So I know that it's a kind of metagaming, but Rook said that it would heal. It would
Undead.
repair
It would-
the zombies.
It would
heal
mend.
constructs.
Yes.
Constructs.
Oh,
that-
the
that's
zombies
it.
were considered. Oh.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know that.
That's because I
Yeah,
play
so-
undead things as constructs. They're not people.
Okay, so the way I thought of it was, okay, hey, undead thing, flesh, healing. Okay, maybe if I hit myself hard enough, it will work. That was my
Cough,
thinking.
Maybe
Cough.
later.
And today you learned.
Yeah,
Cough,
now I know.
cough. I just see you whack yourself with a hammer around. I'm like, oh god, this guy is trying to kill themselves and trying to take the hammer away from you.
Right.
It just seemed like, because
The logical conclusion?
I wasn't told, I was not told that the hammer was a hammer of mending. I was told that it can fix things. So I didn't know if that meant like
you
it could.
just worked yourself into
It's me! Whack!
Yeah,
That's
so,
dark. I don't like
so
it.
You did all right.
I didn't know to what extent fix meant. Did that mean, oh hey, I'm cursed. I hit someone with a hammer. They're not cursed anymore. Or is it more so oh hey, I broke my favorite toy. Hit it with a hammer. It's fixed.
Oh my god.
So
So
the way that I was interpreting it was, it's not necessarily a curse. It is a pact that you formed, meaning that you have no choice in the matter. It is what it is.
That was also a metagaming moment. I said it's a curse, as in you're kind of stuck with it unless you find a way out of it, and you instantly went to I cast remove curse. It's like your character might absolutely think it's a curse, and you rolled a 20, so now you know, hey, that didn't work. Like the natural 20 on that, I will say, like, you've removed curses from people before.
You know,
You did
Gerna
it
thinks
perfectly. It didn't work.
Aya has schizophrenia or something, and I need to tie you down in a fucking straitjacket.
no. But that Snick is looking hungry, and I could use a new handbag.
Mm. Can we give it the necklace to Snick so no, Aya can touch him?
Yes, make Snick a paladin.
That is always an option. We'll talk about it next time.
Yep.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table, and we'll catch up with these guys next time. We'll see where they go. So thanks again. And we'll see you next time.
You'll fucking die. We're the worst suicide squad on the earth.